Alright, so boom, bro. Welcome back to another installment of Edutainment. How you lot doing today? Stay with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. So, for whatever reason, you may not like your current living situation. Your family member or roommate is unhygienic, annoying, or you simply want to change the scenery. Perhaps you just want to move to a different city, state, or province. And you are seeking new living accommodations. However, you might run into the following hurdles.
Very false. Very false.
True.
No, very false. It's so false. It's very bad.
Perhaps you have a bad credit score due to poor credit card management. The minimum credit score needed to rent a quality apartment in a decent neighborhood tends to fall anywhere between 625 and 650. And for some landlords and property management companies, the cutoff is 700, which is even higher. Maybe you have bad rental history and have an eviction within the past 5 to 7 years on your credit report. And you're trying to find a place to move to, but no one will rent to you.
Nobody.
Or if they will rent to you, they'll require a higher security deposit or have you prepay upwards of 2 to 4 months worth of rent up front before allowing you to move in. If your potential rent is $1,000 per month, that means you're giving the landlord anywhere from $2,000 to maybe $4,000 up front, and that is a hefty amount that could be used towards building up your emergency fund to have a higher savings account, or to pay off those high interest credit card debts or credit card balances or student loan, card, or whatever quicker.
Can you imagine? Hey. Wow.
And most of all, that money could be used towards other income generating investments, or as I said before, to solidify your emergency savings fund in the event of other unexpected expenses, such as your car breaking down. Or you do have enough money in your savings for the monthly rent, but because you don't have a good credit score, or because you're moving to a new city, or you're a student full time, you don't actively have a job that's 3x the monthly rent. So the landlord is still kind of hesitant to rent to you. You know, even while doing research for this video and combining my own personal experience, I saw this one comment on another content creator's channel. And he says the following: you really need to make a video on how difficult it is to get an apartment in Miami without having a job. Let me explain. I'm a full-time student over the age of 30 with $50K in savings and a 778 credit score. The majority of landlords are requesting 3 extra rents and decline my application even after I offered 6 months upfront in rent. What the fuck? Luckily, I just found a landlord willing to work with me. So even the seemingly ideal tenant didn't make the cut, and you, as a renter, might feel like there's no hope for you. Well, have no fear. Owolabby is here. Bars, nigga.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Alright, so we've reached the main event of the video. This is how you can rent a place, a house, apartment, whatever, despite having an eviction on your record, bad credit score, no job, and I guess in some cases perhaps a criminal record. I don't know. The method we'll be discussing is Airbnb. Let's commence. Alrighty, so I'm gonna show y'all examples of places in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Atlanta, Hotlanta, and Texas. You know I'm Texan, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so Airbnb, cool. So first of all, once you download the Airbnb app, you want to ensure that your profile is filled out to its best potential. Alright, so you show your full name. It's gonna ask you to take a picture of your government ID, health card, driver's license, whatever, right? Look at the description of yourself. Fill out all the main things: identity, phone number, email address, work email. And obviously when you do stay at places, make sure you leave them a review so you can get a review back, right? Alright, cool. So that's pretty much it. I have a profile picture that shows your actual face. No anime stuff, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So let's go to Atlanta, shall we? Let's go to Atlanta. Let's see what's good with Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. Let's do downtown Atlanta. Downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so find a place to stay. Let's find a monthly stay. Let's do June 1st to June 30th. Next. One adult, right? Cool. All right, so we got some options here. So this is what you need to do, right? This is what you need to do. First of all, I recommend booking 1 to 2 weeks at a time, just to get a feel for the place, to see if you actually want to stay there longer, right? 1 to 2 weeks at a time first, and then you can book a month. But overall, what I typically do is, in the past, I would book places 50% above my monthly budget. So if your monthly budget is, say, $1,000, filter by 1,500. So we definitely want AC, Wi-Fi, kitchen. So this is where the price will vary dramatically, right? If you want the entire place to yourself, it's gonna be more expensive, obviously. If you had a whole apartment to yourself, it'd be more expensive. So on the conservative side, just do a private room. And the thing with Airbnbs, right, is that it doesn't necessarily mean that all the other rooms will be occupied all the time. So at some points, you may have the whole house to yourself, right? So that's just part of the thing. Okay, so price range. Let's say our price range is $1,000. So let's do up towards 1,500, 1,600. That's good, right? And we're gonna be there for a long time, right? So we want to ensure that we have a washer, and I guess you could say a dryer too. You can air dry your clothes, but let's just do dryer. That's it. Okay. So we have 24 options here, right? Okay. It's not bad. $791. Say a word. I always go for places that have like this is pretty good, right? 4.5 star rating with 74 reviews. Not bad. So just understand that the prices you see on Airbnb are not fixed, right? You can negotiate the prices. So for example, right? Let's just go to one of the things where I negotiated. This is the one I'm most proud of. Hold up. Okay, this guy. So I think okay, I said, what did I say? I said, hey Dawood, I love the possibility of staying at your place, and I'm thinking of staying for a 30-day rental. Essentially, I'm booking a place to stay as I conduct business through YouTube. I want to treat you fairly, right? A negotiation tactic. But I'm wondering if you consider a custom offer of $1,000, which is my current budget. I'm looking at other offers, but I'd book the listing today if you can agree on pricing. Thank you for your time, right? So I try to treat them fairly. Then I also added some like a sense of urgency by saying I book it today if you could agree on price. And then he said, hi Owolabby, thanks for your request. Yes, I can give you a discount and accept your offer. Simple, right? I think also I did another one here. First one. It's my last Airbnb stay. What did I say? I said, hey Sophie, I love the possibility of staying at your place, but it's just a little bit out of my budget. I want to treat you fairly, but I'm wondering if you consider a custom offer of $190, which is my current budget. I think I only stayed there for like 2 or 3 days, chilling with a shorty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then I think she ended up giving me a discount too, right? You get a special offer. You got a special offer. Where is the special? Yeah, special offer right here, right? So it's pretty straightforward. There's no issue really. Okay, so this is the market in Atlanta. You can negotiate, right? You can probably get upwards of $200 to $300 off of the actual stay. All right, so let's go to Texas. Downtown Texas. Houston, Texas. Let's do Houston, Texas. Downtown Houston. That's what people say is where things are popping. They say Houston's better than Dallas, so. Alright, same thing, right? Let's just double check the price range. Yeah, 1,600. Cool. Let's see here. Oh, 747. Interesting. If there's no reviews, I definitely would not recommend booking a whole month, right? If there's reviews, then I guess you could take the risk and book a whole month. 9 reviews. See, not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these aren't bad places, right? It's pretty good. 1,500. You could probably negotiate it down to maybe 1,300, 1,200, right? Based on the message I showed you, right? Just copy it and then add your own flavor. Address them by name. Make it as personal as possible, and yeah. So 27 reviews, 1,260. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. And like, unlike some apartment places, you have the actual places listed, actual photos of where you're gonna be living, rather than photos of the gym, the lobby, right? So not bad. One more place just for the culture. Let's do downtown Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. All right, so 1,000, 1,500, $1,000. This is, you know, this is not bad. If you have an eviction, bad credit score, maybe you don't have a job that's 3x the income, but you can still pay the monthly rent, this is not a bad option. Not a bad option at all. Right? And again, look at the reviews on all the listings. Just go through the reviews and make your judgment call. I trust you lot to make a good decision. Okay? Boom.
Been all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you make a phone call that's gonna help you in your future? All you gotta do is pick up the phone and make the call. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
So, perhaps I've sold you on the idea of living in an Airbnb instead of renting an apartment. At least for the short term. Well, here is some things that nobody tells you about this nomadic lifestyle. Well, clearly, you have the added benefit of the place already being furnished without you having to buy a bed, kitchen utensils, etc., etc. And your total price is already built in. Like, you don't have to pay for utilities. The utility costs, Wi-Fi, etc., all that stuff is built into the cost or the price you're paying for your stay with the Airbnb, right? So you don't have to worry about setting up a Wi-Fi, calling Rogers, T-Mobile, etc. Just go pay your thing and then go about your day. Unlike some landlords, Airbnb hosts have a vested interest in ensuring you have a great stay, given that their ratings are publicly shown to people. Not only is the stay shown, like how well the place is, but also the response time is shown to all the potential guests, right? And all of this affects their ability to make more money in the future. So they have to make sure that you enjoy your stay. Number 2, you may want to stay at a place longer, but however, some Airbnb hosts may not allow you to stay at their place longer than 28 days. Airbnb hosts may want to avoid the legal ramifications of guests staying longer than 30 days or 28 days in some places, given that they don't want you to acquire tenant and eviction protection rights. This is important information even for you and I, whether you are a homeowner or you are renting yourself. If someone stays at your place for a certain time period, like in Canada or in Ontario it's 30 days, in New York it's 30 days, in California it's 30 days. If they stay with you for a certain time period, you can no longer just tell them to leave, but you must not evict them, right? So with the eviction moratorium being lifted in some places, if a friend or family member asks to stay with you, have it in writing how long they're gonna stay, when you expect them to move out by. Because if they stay for longer than that, you can no longer just tell them to leave. You have to now evict them and go through the court process, which can be costly.
Her predicament started with a heartfelt gesture. Along this trail near the Linthicum light rail stop, Mary, a trauma nurse, saw a homeless couple in sleeping bags on these benches. Anne Arundel County police officers were trying to get them to move along. Mary stepped in, offering shelter to Chris Hines and his fiancée, Lacey Terry, who is 6 months pregnant.
If something crosses my path, you know, I have a home. I can help you. I can get you on your feet. I've been homeless. I know it can be circumstantial.
Mary thought it would be temporary. She says the couple agreed to pay rent of $100 a week, but in 3 months, she only received $200. There was a dispute. Things became tense, and she wanted the couple out, but they wouldn't leave and called police.
I thought, thank God the police are coming. I thought, thank God. You know, I was trying to handle this. I'm trying to help somebody. Being patient, beyond patient.
She put our stuff out on the street and told her we didn't have nowhere to go, so we called the police. They said that we had to stay here.
Mary was stunned. Police told her she didn't have any right to put the couple out. They had residency rights because their clothes and personal items were in the home for more than 30 days, and the U.S. Postal Service had delivered mail to them at that address.
It's not a criminal matter when you've allowed somebody to be in your house and they just won't leave.
And if you throw them out,
believe it or not, the person who throws them out could be liable. You could be liable for their property. It's an illegal eviction.
Mary went to court to start a legal eviction. She gave the couple notice to vacate. Days later, they decided to go ahead and leave. Now, you said that you are definitely leaving. You're packing up today.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're here. We're packing up. We'll be gone in the next 2.5 hours.
So, if you are enjoying your stay and want to be there longer, but the host is being hesitant to rent to you or to allow you to stay longer, you may want to ask them if you can find some type of a legal document to waive your potential tenant or eviction protection rights so that you can stay there longer. I've made a video in the past right here on how people will try to abuse the law and manipulate the system. There's countless horror stories of people who allowed their friend, or family member, cousin, whoever to stay with them, but then they wouldn't leave. Or Airbnb hosts who booked longer stays who couldn't evict their guests within a certain time period. So it's crazy. So the third thing you might be wondering is, how does one receive letters without fixed permanent address? I'm glad you asked. Products purchased on Amazon, Fashion Nova, Shopify, etc. can be delivered to your place as per normal. You just have to time the delivery dates with how long you're staying at the place so that, you know, it lines up. But typically with Amazon's 2-day delivery, they're pretty quick, right? If you buy from Amazon, you know, they don't really take too much time. But as far as letters and legal documents, or government documents, you could A, get a PO box and rent a mailbox at your local, you know, postal office. It's just that you have to constantly go in and check it periodically just to see if you actually did get mail, right? So that's one inconvenience. Or B, you could get a virtual mailbox. A virtual mailbox gives you a physical address that you can set as your permanent address that you can direct all of your personal mail towards. So when you receive mail, the virtual mailbox will alert you by emailing you a scan of the envelope that they received. Therein, you can direct them to do one of two things. Open the letter, scan the documents, and email them to you, or forward the letter to your current address. These services offer you a choice of countries or cities to have your permanent address be based in. So simply Google search virtual mailbox and then just add your state, city, or province, and you'll get a host of adequate options to choose from, with monthly fees being anywhere from $15 to $45 per month. But the one that I would recommend, and with premier service, is Anytime Mailbox. Anytime Mailbox is based in a multitude of countries: Canada, UK, America, and many others. Oh, and just a pro tip for people who want to live a little bit more of a nomadic lifestyle. If you can't fit all your belongings or your major things inside of a car, you have too much stuff.
I know, I'm pissing everybody off tonight. That's my job.
There's a possibility that you might be moving every 3 weeks or every month or so. So having less stuff that you can sell, make some money off of, and just have more free range will definitely make your life less hectic and mobile. so to speak. So let's say you are now living in an Airbnb, right? Despite having an eviction on your record, bad credit score, maybe a criminal record or whatever, right? Or with no job. You just wanted to move out. You have money in savings, but you had no job to prove 3x income, right? You're not in your own place. As far as the next steps going forward in your financial independence, it comes down to a couple of things. One, you gotta start paying yourself first. If the bi-weekly income deposited into your bank account is $2,000, you want to transfer anywhere from $100 to $300 into your savings account each deposit, so that you can build up a robust emergency fund.
Just for that, I'm gonna spend my whole childhood eating what I want and doing drugs when I want. Whatever, I do what I want.
No, wait!
Therefore, if your monthly expenses is $1,500, right, with rent, car insurance, food, etc., then you have, let's say, $1,500 times 6 months, which is about $9,000 saved up to cover yourself for the next 6 months in the event that you got fired, you quit, or whatever happens. You'd be good, right? Or you got laid off.
In terms of money, we have no money.
So having that, buffer room between you and Murphy's Law, Murphy's Law is anything that can go wrong, will go wrong, will put you at ease financially. Savings account, good. Now, the second aspect is paying down debt aggressively and preparing your credit. So you can utilize a DIY approach, do-it-yourself approach, to dispute everything on your credit report and see what falls off. Collections, evictions, late payments, charge-off, anything negative you see, you send dispute letters, debt validation letters, and just see what falls off first, and then go from there. And you can get the template dispute letters and knowledge of how to do this by copying Repair Your Credit Like the Pros by Carolyn Warren. The book is about $20. Or you can hire a credit repair company like Jason White's Witness Rich's 700 Club company, who will dispute up to 30 negative items per month for you with all 3 credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Their service is about $75 per month, and they have a 90-day money-back guarantee if you don't get any negative items removed. I think it's pretty fair, right? Now, while disputing all derogatory items on your credit report, you must now build up the positive payment history as well. And in order to do this, you'll have to copy yourself a secured credit card. The secured credit cards, with basically a 100% approval rating in Canada, UK, and Canada, can be found right here in my past video. Or you can watch my other video right here on how lowering your overall credit card utilization and using your credit card less is essential to reach that lucrative 700 credit score club, so that you can get an apartment if you so choose to. And contrary to popular belief, paying your credit card on time and avoiding interest charges is not enough to get a high credit score. So watch my secured credit card video right here and my video on how to lower your overall credit card utilization. Both very important. Living in Airbnb is definitely an option just to hold you over. But definitely in terms of home ownership, stuff like that, you want to get your credit situation intact. Alright? But as always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? Say with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces.
A light bulb, and keeping it 50 times too. I be mindful of people going through life who not at my shoes. Now I finally got them moving, I'm in motion. Now I feel like Macaulay Culkin. I've been wishing, I've been hoping. Now I'm focused, and when you ask me how I feel, I'm feeling great. Why? New crib, new money. You ain't about it, you scared, you funny. We count blessings from the floor to the ceiling. My homie hit me and he asked me how I'm feeling great. Why?